So, welcome to Izzy's Weekly number 2. This week was filled with much more excitement than last week. I think I'm finally getting the hang of everything. So, class day 2, we met with our group and we got to add about 6 members, although Brenda Reeder will not be joining us. So our group members are Matt Germain, Nick Johnson, myself, Izzy Coleman, Jay Munn, and Sam Kutruzula. He has a fun name to say. So we got into groups, we discussed a timeline, kind of tried to figure out our schedules. However, we haven't quite gotten that down yet. After that, we got into our groups and discussed the lesson on static electricity. We went around the class and talked about different aha moments. It was very, very informative and interesting and great class to have discussions with. I think everyone in there is gifted and smart, and that's why we're here. After that, Dr. Weaver did talk about Coulomb's law a little bit, and I ended up getting through that assignment, figured out not only the gravitational force, which is Newton's gravitational force, using the gmm over d squared equation, and I also did it Coulomb's law, and I will post a photo of that during this, so you'll see it. So after class, Brenda and I went to lunch, being she was still in the class at the time, played around with iMovie a little bit, getting to figure out the ins and outs of how to use this program. It's so useful. I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad, something on my computer gets used, because I have an infinite amount of applications that I have no idea what they do. How to put all the clips together and edit and add voiceovers.
Yeah, do voiceovers. If we're going to, for example, if we're going to use this exact video clip in our next weekly of what we've done and who we worked with.
Mm-hmm. As for the rest of the week, I worked on all the posted assignments. In addition to finding the proton-electron forces, I posted my NEAT video on dark matter, which was from the Morgan Freeman program, Through the Wormhole, which is one of my favorite shows ever. It's great. If you've never watched it, I highly recommend it. Did the discussion board. It was informative. I really like doing discussion boards, especially with interesting topics that are kind of open-ended. It really makes you think, which is good. So did that. Had a couple impromptu group meetings. We met with Corey, as Matt mentioned in his weekly as well, and he gave us some tips, kind of pointed out on the circuit board what is what. So that was very helpful. Reflections for this week. I'm still having a little trouble keeping up as I'm posting my weekly late today. I would really like to get the hang of everything, keep it all under control. So that cute little, girl back there is Pussy Gato. She was responsible for me getting stung by a scorpion, or so I believe. I think she was playing with it, jumped into my bed, and I got stung at 7 a.m. And I discovered some, actually, on a side note, very interesting information about what scorpion venom does to your action potentials of your nerves and muscles. I believe it messes with your potassium. So your normal muscle and nerve function is totally depolarized, thus pain and an electrical weird feeling. So I thought I would insert that little conjecture into my weekly video, because it has to do with electricity and biochemistry. There you go, physics coming back in to be interdisciplinary. So, as for questions and goals for the week, I still haven't figured out how to use the coil gun, but I think with some more research and more video watching and group meetings, that can all be solved. My goal for the rest of the week and the rest of the semester is to stay on top of everything, try to understand all of the physics that is encompassed within the course, and continue to pursue my A. All right, see you next week.